भनेको के भयो? सामान्य सिद्धान्त हो, इन्ट्रेस्ट अफ जस्टिस, हैन? सुनवाई गोपनीयता कायम राखेर बन्द इजलासमा गर्नुपर्छ भन्ने पनि के भयो भने त्यो बुझ्नुभयो? यो एकदम इम्पोर्टेन्ट छ। तपाईलाई फिलोसफिकली के हो भने बन्द इजलास र खुला इजलास भनेको छ। खुला इजलास सबै मुद्दाहरू सामान्यतया खुला इजलासमै हुनुपर्छ, बट contextually, if demanded, in some cases, त्यो in camera अर्थात बन्द इजलासमा हुनुपर्छ, either by age or by the social other cause, हैन? नाबालकहरूको मुद्दा बन्द इजलासमै हुनुपर्छ, तर साबालकहरूको यो मुद्दाहरू चाहिँ त्यसको पछाडिको लजिक के हो भन्नुस् त? इन्ट्रेस्ट अफ जस्टिस। बडो इन्ट्रेस्टिङ हुन्छ हेर्नुस् है। If the interest of justice is served, your activity is justified. तपाईले एउटा यो प्रपोजिसन आजको हाम्रो टोटल छलफलको प्रपोजिसनमा why do we talk about Euskogen's character? It is because why the values have been received or reached into the height of Euskogen's. तपाईँ हामीले यत्रो छलफल गर्दाखेरि यो चाहिँ मर्म सबै ठाउँमा छ, अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय राष्ट्रिय रिजनल जम्मै ठाउँमा छ भन्नुको मतलब चाहिँ because we have come into consensus that this is Euskogen's. त्यही कारणले Euskogen's for what? Interest of justice. Interest of justice either by procedurally or by substance. Means was end हो। अब हेर्नुस्, we have been talking a lot. I don't know whether you have been discussing the present days, today's context. I don't see interest of justice actually very much prevalent. अब हेर्नुस् है, judicial independence is integral part of independent legal profession. We do not talk about independent legal profession. And what are the essence of independent legal profession? Means I am alone as a license holder, but I am not alone as a lawyer. Institution को उसको independent एउटा profession को हुन्छ। अब तपाईँ हामी access to justice को कुरा गरेका थियौँ, right? Like one of the elements under the UN basic principles that actually talks about access to justice within the language of interest of justice. Okay, any question up to this? Contradict or reconciled? अर्को question है, म तपाईलाई question मा सोधिरहेको छु because you see that your questionहरु चाहिँ हाम्रो जहिले छलफल गरेको question छ नि, यो तपाईहरुको एक्जाम को पर्सपेक्टिभबाट पनि हुन सक्छ। हामी त्यो चाहिँ एउटा त्यो बच्चालाई के भन्छ नि चकलेट दिने जस्तो हो के, जाँचमा आउँछ है भनेपछि एकदम ध्यानपूर्वक सुन्नुहुन्छ के। तपाईलाई जाँच भनेको तपाईको जिन्दगीको जाँचहरु पनि हुन्छ नि त थुप्रै, राइट? ओके, what is ethics from human rights perspective or ethical perspective? I don't know whether you have already discussed Luban's and number of David Luban's theory and other theories. Tinta aspect as a student of law, three aspect is very important. Ethics, competes with something, contrast, coexist. Did you discuss this one? Contrast, competes, coexist. Conflict of interest को कुरा हुन्छ नि, जस्तो okay, my client came and shared that he killed or he was in the conspiracy, but I am a lawyer, I cannot tell this truth. मेरो पक्षले आएर मसँग सल्लाह गरेको कुरा बाहिर गएर भन्न सक्दैन. This is contrast, conflict of laws. But as a lay person, त्यही कुरा तपाईले आएर हैन विशेषले मलाई मैले थाहा पाएँ भन्नु भने उहाँले भन्नु भएन भने उहाँलाई सजाय हुन्छ मैले भने मलाई सजाय हुन्छ इन्ट्रेस्टिङ है डिसिप्लिनरी एक्सन हुन्छ मैले भने सो कन्ट्रास्ट सेकेन्ड competes that competes means I am protecting my client's interest मेरो क्लाइन्टको इन्ट्रेस्ट मैले प्रोटेक्ट गरिरहेछु अझ अमेरिकन बार एसोसिएसनको कन्सेप्टमा आउँदाखेरि त जेलस प्रोटेक्सन अफ क्लाइन्ट भन्नुहुन्छ यु आर सो जेलसली प्रोटेक्टिङ योर क्लाइन्ट उसको हित हैन इन्ट्रेस्ट अफ क्लाइन्ट इन्ट्रेस्ट अफ जस्टिस my role is to protect my client is also ultimately to serve the procedural justice maybe त्यसको आउटकम फरक होला अब अघि तपाईहरुले आउटकममा पनि आउनु भएको छ थर्ड वर्ड के भयो कोएक्जिस्ट के होला कोएक्जिस्टेन्स हो अब कोएक्जिस्टेन्समा के भन्छ नि घोडाले घाँससँग सम्झौता गर्यो भने हैन घोडाले के भने घाँससँग सम्झौता गर्यो भने के खान्छ चना खान्छ त्यो घाँस भनेको चना लगायतको सबै कुरा हो ओके how human rights norms might be incorporated into domestic legal ethical code both as means and end दुईटा वर्ड तपाईहरु याद गर्नु होला it can be reconciled in the process and in outcome दुईटै कुरामा means र end दुईटै कुरामा लाग्नुपर्छ नेक्स्ट human right norms अघिल्लो पेपरमा एउटा चित्र ओके यतिमै जाउँ अब हेर्नुस् है तपाईहरुले यो अब टन्न कन्ठ गर्नु भएको छ हैन ह्युमन बेसिक प्रिन्सिपल्स को अब यही कुरा चाहिँ 1992 को डिक्लेरेसन अन द विक्टिम्स अफ क्राइम मा पनि यो कुराहरु राखेको छ ओके you have to see at the same time यहाँ हेर्नुस् है अब there are so many things but adequate protection of the human rights and fundamental freedom to which all persons are entitled be they economic social cultural or civil and political rights see when you talk about Uskogin's character of professional nomos or professional ethics then you please remember it is a combination of all forms economic social cultural rights को protection तपाईले कसरी गर्नुहुन्छ ल त मलाई भन्नुस् एउटा एक्जाम्पल दिनुस् ESC protection कसरी गर्नुहुन्छ एज अ लयर ल अच्छा ESC US मा that I will talk during my third trial if I don't have irrespective of case somebody being charged in case of rape that actually had happened in US in 1966 ICCPR आउनु भन्दा ठ्याक्क अगाडिको केस हो त्यतिबेला यङ रेपको केसमा एकजनालाई समातेकोमा उनलाई त्यो वार्निङको कुराहरुमा के प्रोटेक्सन इम्पोर्टेन्ट छ भन्दाखेरि एउटा प्रोटेक्सन के थियो भने इफ यु डोन्ट ह्याभ अ लयर यु ह्याभ राइट टु ह्याभ अ लयर इफ यु डोन्ट ह्याभ अ लयर देन अब हेर्नुस् है you have right to have a lawyer भनेको civil and political right भयो if you don't have a lawyer we will provide you free of cost a lawyer to represent you if you consented मलाई वकिलै चाहिदैन नै म राख्दिन भन्दा पनि समातेर ल्याएर साइन गराउन त सकिदैन but if you don't have a lawyer so free legal aid free legal service is also the human right norm of legal profession that's legal you can see all अब हेर्नुस् बोल्ड गरेको कुरालाई हेर्नु होला all persons have effective access अघि भने थियो नि किन access को कुरा why access is so important for us because the interest of justice does not exist in absence of access in fact access भनेको practical approach having access to lawyer is more practical norms under the Uskogens than the written form. The effective access to legal services, the term effective is very important. तपाईहरुलाई कसैले आएर बताए कि बताएन वैधानिक वकिलको कन्सेप्ट हो वैतनिक वकिल भने? वेतन लिएर हैन, पेड एडभोकेट, कोर्ट अपोइन्टेड एटर्नी पनि भन्छ, कहीँ चाहिँ हेल्प लयर पनि भन्छ है, इट डिपेन्ड्स, एक्ज्याक्टली द पेड बाइ गभर्नमेन्ट। अब यहाँ के भन्छ, 2-4 वर्ष वैतनिक वकिल बनौँ अनि त्यसपछि अनि आफ्नै ल फर्म खोल्नु पर्यो। अहिले चाहिँ ल फर्म खोल्नुभन्दा पहिला म त वैतनिक वकिलमा अप्लाई गर्छु भन्छ। वुड यु गो टेकिङ योर केस टु वैतनिक वकिल? कतिजना तपाईहरु वैतनिक वकिलमा केस लड्न रुचाउनुहुन्छ जसले भर्खर प्र्याक्टिसमा पाइला चालेको छ, उ एक्सपिरियन्स लिनको लागि तपाईको मुद्दा गरिरहेको छ? कतिजना जानुहुन्छ? किन जानुहुन्न? Why? अब त्यस्तो होइन, राम्रो पनि हुन सक्छ। That's different. विश्वास छैन। Why? तर शङ्का उत्पन्न भयो हैन? कोही राम्रो पनि हुन सक्छ, तर शङ्का के भयो भने the person may not have this capacity to go for giving me effective access. होला एक्सेस चाहिँ भयो, we never talk about effective access, we talk about access only. तपाईहरु हेर्नुस् है, यो कुरा चाहिँ एकदम इम्पोर्टेन्टली हेर्नु होला। नेभर टक ओन्ली एक्सेस बट टक अबाउट इफेक्टिभ एक्सेस। अनि एक्सेस भनेको के थाहा छ? दुईवटा एक्सेस हुन्छ। one फिजिकल एक्सेस, सेकेन्ड फिजिकल एक्सेस भनेको मटेरियल एक्सेस, मटेरियलिस्टिक एक्सेस, एन्ड सेकेन्ड इज के होला? सोशियो इकोनोमिक एक्सेस। अब वास्तवमा बाहिरकोले सोशल कज लिएर आउँदैन, म चाहिँ सोशल पनि भन्छु। फर एक्जाम्पल, I have somebody is provided as a lawyer, but the socially मलाई discriminate गरेर म तेरो केस लिँदै दिन्न because you have been charged under the case of rape, म रेप केस लिने वकिलै होइन। त्यो भन्यो भने के भयो भने socially, economically, physically inaccessible भयो भने। But physically it is accessible. पैसा हुनेलाई त फिजिकल एक्सेस हुन पनि सक्छ नि हैन? But economically it may be inaccessible. यो कुरा तपाईहरुले प्रो बोनो लयरिङ एन्ड लीगल रिप्रेजेन्टेसन को हाम्रो संविधानको आई डोन्ट नो व्हिच प्रोभिजन थियो, पहिला 24 थियो, 2072। नेक्स्ट अब यो हेर्नुस्, अब एबीए किन ल्यायो हेर्नुस् है, मैले दुईटैलाई नै जोड यसरी यहाँनिर एबीए किन ल्यायो भने क्यानन के हो? क्यानन भनेको सेक्सन्स, प्रिन्सिपल्स। गुड। एबीए ले तीनटा कुरा स्टेप बाय स्टेप लिएर आयो अमेरिकन बार एसोसिएसनले। सो इट हैज नो लंगर इज अमेरिकन ओन्ली बिकॉज इट हैज एक्चुअली रिसीव्ड द values as use covenants. Number of provisions brought by ABA today we consider as from the use covenant by associations canon, code and rule is explicit in bringing human rights norm. कुनै पनि ABA को कुनै पनि ठाउँमा अघिको UN मा त थियो नि त्यो प्रिन्सिपल्स हैन, तर ABA को canon, code र rule मा तीनटैमा कहीं पनि तपाईले ह्युमन राइट्स को वर्ड इन्कर्पोरेट भएको देख्नु फर श्योर। हाउएभर इट क्यान बी इन्टरप्रेटेड, फर एक्जाम्पल क्याननमा के भन्यो? द क्यानन फोकस प्रिन्सिपली अन इश्यू अफ प्रोफेसनलिज्म एन्ड द इम्पोर्टेन्स अफ मेन्टेनिङ द इन्टिग्रिटी एन्ड इम्पार्शियलिटी अफ द एडमिनिस्ट्रेसन अफ जस्टिस। यति हो उसको थ्रस्ट। म यो भन्दा बाहिर जान सक्दैनौँ हामी भनेको छ एबीए। द भ्याल्यू, द क्यानन, द कोड, द रुल, एनीथिङ इज इफ इनकन्सिस्टेन्ट with integrity and impartiality of the administration of justice, we cannot go and then we can deny that it does not support the value of justice. यो क्रक्स हो। यो क्रक्स भनेको चाहिँ यसको हो। तपाईं संसारभरि नै हेर्नुस् न, आईसीसीपीआर हेर्नुस् अथवा ग्याट हेर्नुस् अथवा इन्डिपेन्डेन्स अफ जुडिसियरीको कुरा हेर्नुस्, इन्टिग्रिटी भने के भन्नुस् त? निष्ठा, सदाचार हैन? प्रोप्राइटी भनेको सदाचार हो, इन्टिग्रिटी भनेको निष्ठा हो। यस्तो सिस्टम जहाँ चाहिँ न्यायप्रति निष्ठा हुँदैन त्यसलाई तपाईले आत्मसात गर्न सक्नुहुन्न. So any moral values that goes against of integrity and impartiality, that is not accepted, right? And as a cornerstone of democracy, so that is why they know their independence. Next, please. Dignity. Why professional NOMO is NOMO पनि भनिरहेको छु है, NOMO. Norm like nomos पनि भन्छौँ हैन, norms and nomos. मोमो होइन है त्यो, कहिले मोमो होइन. मोमो भनिरहेको मोमो होइन, तपाईँले मोमो गरेर मोमो भन्नु होला. त्यसो भन्छ नि, मोमो गर भन्छ नि. अहिले के गयो भन्थ्यो त्यो. Okay, concept of dignity is specifically mentioned only with reference to the dignity of the professor. Now, अब यो इन्ट्रेस्टिङ छ हेर्नुहोस् है. Whose dignity? The dignity of profession. अघि हामीले भन्यौँ नि, a person cannot go in the court while consuming alcohol. हैन, अल्कोहल खाएर, ड्रग्स खाएर, त्यही भएर पनि त्यो लुगाहरू चिटिक्क सफा लाउनुपर्छ भनेर चाहिँ कन्सियस बनोस् भने हो के खास, राइट? मलाई थाहै हुँदैन नि मैले कस्तो कस्तो लुगा लाएर हिँडेको छु त्यो. Nevertheless, the dignity of profession, not the dignity of individual. हामी अहिले सबैभन्दा मार के खाइरहेको थाहा छ? We have been talking about, I was giving the speech on the occasion of 8th March before the program jointly organized by a number of bar associations, women's wing. And I talked about that, right? हामी के भएर बिग्रेको भने म भएर बिग्रेको. हामीमा परिवर्तन हुनुपर्छ. It is we, not I. तर हामी सबै के हुन्छ भने, okay, I as a lawyer, I have freedom of expression, I have autonomy, I have duty to charge the money within the ambit of the professional norms. त्यो भनेको I am integral part within the institution. I as institution. तपाईहरुले एउटा कुरा बुझ्नु होला, you are not an individual, you are institution. त्यही भएर भन्छ नि, त्यो वकिलले खाएर गएर के हो र? त्यो वकिलले त्यसरी खाएर गएर अनि अब सर्वोच्चको बारको इलेक्सन सकिने बित्तिकै I was also elected as one of the members in the past and always back. अनि then we have party अन्नपूर्ण होटलमा. अनि मेरो बाबा त्यहाँ होइसन्थ्यो. अनि अब पार्टीमा के गर्थ्यो भनेदेखि एउटा वकिलले खाँदा अनि त्यसपछि अब ओहो कस्तो राम्रो जल के चाहिँ भनेर पानीमा हम्फालिहाल्यो है, कोर्सोट लाएर सबै. अब नि छुक्क. अब त्यसपछि के भन्यो भने अब उपरान्त यो वकिलहरूलाई हाम्रो पार्टी गर्नलाई यो होटलमा बन्द भनेर उनीहरूले डिसिजन गर्यो. That was one person actually. But I don't spell out his or her name. Of course it was he. That अब कस्तो भयो भने एबार त्यहाँ एक थोपै नलिने मान्छेलाई त त्यहाँ अन्याय भयो नि. भोलिदेखि त दिँदैन अन्नपूर्ण होटलले. It is because that I have been miserably failed to purify my institution because I considered my space as I, and I blamed him as individual. Therefore, a single person, if pollutes the professional norms, that actually hampers entire community of the legal fraternity. अरे के भन्छ? अदालत त्यही छ, हैन? बार त्यही छ. अहिले पनि एउटा अफिसर सधैँ उतार खाएर आउनुहुन्छ. उहाँलाई समाजले किन त्यो कारबाही गर्न नसकेको छ? What kind of like institution are we talking? वकिल साहब हुनुहुन्छ सधैँ जाड खाएर देखिनुहुन्छ अदालतमा. भाइ नखाइकन बहसै गर्न नसक्ने भएर बहस गरे भने इन्भ्यालिड बनाइदिनु पर्छ. खेलाडीले त्यो के औषधि खाएर रेसमा जाँदाखेरि ऊ फर्स्ट हुँदाखेरि के थियो? कारबाही भएन. So it is. So hello. Competence immunity mechanism यो तीनटा कुरालाई चाहिँ कति सक्षम छ, कति उन्मुक्त उसलाई दिएको छ, हैन? Not touching by general rule. अनि what kind of mechanism for the disciplinary action? यति कुरा हो. तपाईहरुले टोटल नेसनल र इन्टरनेसनलमा छान्ने कुरा चाहिँ यति हो। अब युएन बेसिक प्रिन्सिपल्सले यो 7 वटा कुराहरू भन्यो। तपाईले समरीमा यसरी कुराहरूलाई हेर्दै हेर्दै बोल्ड गर्दै गर्दै वर्ड सम्झिने। ओके, एक्सेस टु लयर्स एन्ड लिगल सर्भिस अघिकोमा थियो। स्पेशल सेफगार्ड्स एन्ड क्रिमिनल जस्टिस म्याटर्स इट डज नट टक अबाउट द अनदर साइड अफ द पोइन्ट दैट इज विक्टिम जस्टिस। त्यही भएर युएन बेसिक प्रिन्सिपल अफ 1990 इज नट सेन्सिटिभ इनफ फर द विक्टिम्स जस्टिस। अघिको जस्तो कुरा गरौँ न, विक्टिम्स अफ क्राइमको लागि के कुराहरू गर्नुपर्ने भनेर न युएन बेसिक प्रिन्सिपलले भन्छ, न मेरो 2051 सालको आचार संहिताले भन्छ। तपाईले बयान पत्र गर्दा विपक्षका वकिल विपक्षलाई र विपक्षसँग सम्बन्धित साक्षी सम्मानित एक्सपर्टलाई गर्दाखेरि क्वेशन गर्दाखेरि यी यस्तो ड्युटी पालना गर्नुपर्छ भन्ने छैन। सो आवर कोड अफ कन्डक्ट इज नट ड्युटी बेस्ड अप्रोच, इट इज द प्रोहिबिसन बेस्ड अप्रोच। यो नगर्नु, यो नगर्नु, यो नगर्नु, अनि गर्नु चाहिँ के त? सो दिस गर्नु इज गभर्न्ड बाइ यूज कमिट्स। Something which is not written in the law, something which is not prohibited by law can still be performed if that falls under no harm theory. यूज कमिट्स को नाम चाहिँ के हो भने नो हार्म थ्योरी हो। यसले कसैलाई पनि खराब गर्दैन तर यसले प्रमोट गर्छ। सो यूज कमिट्स इज प्रमोशनल अप्रोच। तपाईलाई प्रमोट गर्छ। के प्रमोट गर्छ? यसले आईसीसीपीआर प्रमोट गर्छ, यसले इकोनोमिक सोशल कल्चरल राइट्स को गभर्नमेन्ट को प्रमोट गर्छ। इफ यू आर रिप्रेजेन्टिङ द केस अफ पर्सन विथ डिसेबिलिटी देन सीआरपीडी लाई प्रमोट गर्छ। इफ यू आर रिप्रेजेन्टिङ द रेजियल डिस्क्रिमिनेसन को कुरामा नन डिस्क्रिमिनेसन को अप्रोच लाई गर्नुभयो भने सर्ट। इफ यू आर रिप्रेजेन्टिङ द वुमेन्स केस इन डिफरेन्ट सीडलाई प्रमोट गर्ला। सो यूज कमिट्स क्यारेक्टर इज based on no harm theory. That is why it is upheld. अब मलाई कुन ठाउँमा लेखेको छ नभन्नु होला, मैले पढेर मेरो सिन्थेसिस हो। ओके, सो द्याट इज वाइ ग्यारेन्टिज। ओके, सो क्वालिफिकेसन एन्ड ट्रेनिङ अफ लयर्स। अब इन्ट्रेस्टिङ कुरा हेर्नुहोस् है, ट्रेनिङ कसलाई भन्छ भनेदेखि बार काउन्सिलले एउटा ट्रेनिङ राख्दैन। आई एम इन द लिगल एजुकेसन कमिटी है, अनि बार काउन्सिलले ट्रेनिङ राख्दाखेरि कसैलाई राख्दैन? सिनियरहरू लाजले ट्रेनिङ लिन आउँदैनन्। हामीलाई त ट्रेनिङ लिने अङ्ग्रेजीको ट्रेनिङ चाहिएको छ अहिले त, होइन? अब वास्तवमा त चाहिने हो नि। इङ्ग्लिसमा थुप्रै टेक्स्टहरूलाई कसरी भन्ने भनेर मलाई अङ्ग्रेजी पनि आउँदैन, मलाई अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय कानुन पनि आउँदैन भनेर पनि नभन्ने। अनि दिनभरि तपाईँ याद गर्नु होला, केस 5 वटा चल्या हुन्छ, वकिलहरू 10 जना वकिल 20 जना वकिलले बहस गर्ने पालो आउने हुन्छ। 100 जना 200 जना चाहिँ त्यो कम्प्लेक्समा सर्वोच्च लगायतको कम्प्लेक्समा हुन्छन्। अनि केही गरी पढ्न गयो भने धुरन्धर पढ्ने भइएछ नि भन्छन्। त्यो ब्याकबाइट गर्ने के त्यो कल्चर भएको हुनाले यु कान्ट सी क्वालिफिकेसन अफ लयर। अनि ल पहिले त झन् खारेज भएको ऐन पनि बहस गरिरहेको हुन्छन्। आई थिङ्क यु हेभ द्याट बिटर एक्सपिरियन्स है। द रोल अफ प्रोफेसनल एसोसिएसन। ओके, फ्रिडम अफ एक्सप्रेसन। Lawyers do have freedom of expression provided that does not go for contempt of court or आफ्नो इन्स्टिट्युसनमा चाहिँ, किनकि कोर्ट र लयरको चाहिँ इन्ट्रिगल रिलेसनसिप हुन्छ। द रोल अफ प्रोफेसनल एसोसिएसन्स। अब त्यहाँ के भन्छ थाहा छ है? क्लिक गर्नु न, ठ्याक्कै देखाइदिनुहुन्छ। ओके, गो अन क्लिकिङ है। डिसिप्लिनरी 7 वटा हो, मैले 7 वटालाई एलिमेन्टको आधारबाट गरेको छु। तपाईहरुले त्यो एउटा हेर्न सक्नुहुन्छ। आई डोन्ट नो वेदर दिस हैज बीन एक्ज्याक्टली टॉट व्हाट आई एम सेइङ। इफ सो आई विल नॉट शो यू। छ त्यस्तो? तपाईले यो एक्सेस त भइहाल्यो। नेक्स्ट है, मैले फन्डामेन्टल यो पनि भइहाल्यो। नेक्स्ट ओके, अर्को पनि छ। मैले यो तपाईँलाई देखाइरहेको है। जस्तो ग्यारेन्टिज फर द बारेमा कन्सेप्ट क्लियर भइसक्यो होला। हाम्रो 3टा कुरा हुन्छ, बार एसोसिएसन, बार काउन्सिल। के फरक छ? मलाई एकजनाले भन्दैन त व्हाट इज द डिफरेन्स बिट्विन बार काउन्सिल एन्ड बार एसोसिएसन?
Bar Council provides license to the lawyers, and then it takes exams. It has disciplinary committee which does hearings about the violation of code of conduct kind of things. But an association is only the organization of lawyers. They do not work together, but then it is an association. They help in development of each other kind of things.
Now, Nepal or state mechanism. Not sure. Anybody? Clear हुनुपर्छ है। जहिले पनि के हुन्छ थाहा छ? त्यो बार काउन्सिलको जाँचमा गइसकेपछि तपाईलाई थाहा छ बार एसोसिएसन जे पार्टी भन्दैन कि बार एसोसिएसन र बार काउन्सिलको रोलै नबुझेर एनजिओ र स्टेटको बीचमा भएको फरक भन्दा बार हैज लिटल मोर रिसीभ द हाइट नट लिमिटेड टु लाइक एनजिओ। बार कहाँ दर्ता हुन्छ थाहा छ? ल बार काउन्सिल त ऐनले लिएर आएको भयो हैन? कानुन व्यवसायी परिषद ऐन 2050 त्यसैको अन्तर्गतको दफा 27 लाई टेकेर आचार संहिता 51 अनि त्यसैलाई टेकेर 2058 को अनुशासन हैन कार्यविधि नियमावली आयो 58 समितिको लागि। अब आई एम आस्किङ अबाउट व्हाट इज द सोर्स of Nepal Bar Association? It is not created by act, then by what? Or moral principles, it is binding. So that, in terms of what? In terms of conceptual basis, irrespective of the character of the document, but in terms of VCLT, the Vienna Convention on Law of Treaty does not make it binding, but the content under the principle is complementary to the यसले डिपेन्डेन्ट छ। अब यसले बाइन्डिङ बनाउनको लागि कहिले ICCPR मा जानुपर्छ, कहिले ICSCR मा जानुपर्छ हैन, कहिले CEDAW, CRC blah blah juvenile justice को कुराहरुमा तपाईले त्यता जान सक्नुहुन्छ। So how far the court can use these principles now in the modern jurisprudence? Court has started using the principles. Next, okay. It is interesting, माथि अर्कै मजा तपाईलाई थाहा छ बार भनेको के हो, कसरी आयो यो आइडिया? मैले भने है त्यही स्लाइड हो, हेर्नुस् त ल पढ्नुस् त त्यो स्लाइड कसरी आयो। लयरिङमा सबैभन्दा पहिला अमेरिका भन्दा पनि इंग्लिश सिस्टम चाहिँ अगाडि आएको हो। उनीहरूको त त्यो अब नेक्स्ट ओके। सो एबीए ले चाहिँ यो चारवटा हेर्नुस् है, एबीए रुललाई बुझ्ने यति चारवटा कुराहरु हो। क्लाइन्ट कोर्ट अपोजिङ पार्टी र थर्ड पर्सनलाई कसरी डिल गर्ने भन्ने यो चारवटा कम्पोनेन्टको बारेमा टोटल छलफल गर्ने नै एबीए को रुल। इट हैज नम्बर अफ क्यानन code or rules, but upon going through all the canon and code, I have come across with the summation that the client, court, opposing party and third persons. This third person could be irrelevant in the case, however, could be public. यो कुरा चाहिँ यसरी आउँछ। So the code of conduct is not only towards the client but also entire segments. यो जुरिस्प्रुडेन्समा म दुईवटा मात्र स्लाइड छ है प्लिज। अब आई नो दैट है तपाई कति प्यासन भइरहनु भयो होला, तपाईहरुलाई टेन्सन भयो। यु आर थर्ड अफ कमिङ है, त्यति फुक्कै साउन्डै गर्छ। Only pleading or preparing the case, you are there for entire role, as the above case makes clear that lawyers can represent also in the dates, that is तारिख। अब डेट भन्यो फेरि वकिल डेटमा गयो हुन्छ हैन, मेरो वकिल त डेटमा गएको नि भन्नुहुन्छ, त्यो अङ्ग्रेजी त्यस्तै छ, टेन्सन छ हेर्नुस् हैन। हामीलाई त्यस्तो डेट सेट हुँदैन हैन, हाम्रो डेट होला तारिख होला त्यस्तो मात्रै हो। अब हाम्रो भनेको चाहिँ कि त पहिल्यै गयो भन्ने छ नि, त्यस्तै शब्द डेरिभेटिभ युज गर्यो भने अब त्यसको एकदम के शब्द हुँदैन हाम्रोमा। एनीवे, सो दैट डेटिङ इज Alright, होइन? Of court proceeding, the court issued the requisition as demanded. त्यो चाहिँ तारिख लिन पाउँछ उसले भनेर 5 minutes छ भेरी गुड सितोस् सो त्यस कारणले तारिख लिन पाइन्छ एज डिमान्डेड भनेर त्यो तारिख लिन चाहिँ पाउँदैन एक्ज्याक्टली व्हाट द नाइजेरियन example is there which I already mentioned. अब युरोपियन कोड तपाईले युरोपियन कोडको कुरा गर्नुभयो नि अब तपाईले कोड मात्रै कुरा गर्नुभयो भने के हुन्छ भने it would be very superficial, but if you started seeing that how the norm has been reconciled in the case practice मा जानुभयो भने अनि तपाईको लयरिङ चाहिँ पर्फेक्ट हुन्छ. What the European Human Rights Court says in the case of Scofford case versus Switzerland, judgment of 1998 ma reported sir, you can go in detail. यसले के भन्छ भने freedom of expression is secured to lawyers too. उसको पनि हुन्छ. Who are certainly entitled to comment in public on the administration of justice, but their criticism must not overstep certain bounds. Of course, they have the limit. In that connection, account must be taken of the need to strike the right balance between the various interests involved, which include the public right to receive information about questions arising from judicial decisions, the requirements of the proper administration of justice, and the dignity of the legal profession. Now, if you relate it with, अघि मैले भने नि अनुसूची 7 मा legal profession को कुरा हाम्रो 2072 को कन्स्टिट्युसनले एउटै मात्र ठाउँ हो जहाँ चाहिँ concurrent jurisdiction applies भनेर भन्यो साझा अधिकारको थ्रुबाट फेडरेसन र संघको त्यहाँनिर जान सकिन्छ भन्यो. If tomorrow तपाईलाई भनिरहेको छु है, if tomorrow the federal jurisdiction makes any law or the court decides anything against the established jurisprudence or the jus cogens character, then you can question and you can deliver. You have right of freedom of expression. Then you can't say that court ma chaleko. Okay, sub judice ma tapaile garna सक्नुहुन्न. But you have that freedom of expression within the ambit of law and the established jurisprudence, irrespective of national or international. अघि भन्यो नि ABA को पनि तपाईले एक्जाम्पल ल्याउन सक्नुहुन्छ, not because of psyche of American, but because of the well established jurisprudence. It has already been tested and applied by several jurisprudence. Last. So in sum, with all these, number of slides, some of the slides you can go. मैले तपाईहरुलाई लिंक दिन्छु, तपाई लिंकमा जानुस् and you can come up with. You start एकदम surfacial कुरा नगर्नुस्. You establish well with well authority, well argument बाट establish गर्नुस्. किन हाम्रो आचार संहिता चाहिँ to do approach मा छैन? Why don't we have 2051s? हैन, नगर मात्रै छ, गर छैन. जबसम्म गरको एप्रोच जाँदैन, positive application has been miserably failed in terms of encapsulating our so-called code of conduct. So the lawyers constitute a fundamental pillar. I have already proved that in absence of this, it cannot be said that another pillar is well established. त्यस कारणले कोर्टले यो नसम्झे हुन्छ हामी नै सर्वे सर्वा. No. There is a critical balance and critical control. दुईटा कुरा, critical balance and critical control. Balance पनि critical हुन्छ, control पनि critical हुन्छ. Without hampering each other's constitutional jurisdiction. So, the UN basic principles, though in a soft standard, so-called, however, uphold the rule of law concept of professional standards because those contents are based on the customary international law and refined jus cogens character. Right? Customary international law, refined jus cogens character ma huncha, and you can establish the nexus with any of the other so-called hard law or treaty law, either by VCLT or any other cases. So this is a very important aspect. The first slide like फेरि तपाईलाई रिमाइन्ड गराइदिएर देखाएर मात्रै I would go on that. है तपाईले त्यसलाई बन्द गरेर फर्स्टको स्लाइडमा जानु त है. ठुलो भाइ सो तपाईँले मेमोरीमा चाहिँ के आउनु पर्यो भने एकदम धेरै छलफल गरेको यही कुराको लागि हैन बिकज see reconciling human right for not for the haves people reconciling human right for तपाईले कसको चाहिँ वकालत गर्ने मेरो युवासरहरुको जस्तोको होइन हामी त वकिल हाम्रो लागि लाइन पैसा नतिरे पनि आउला पैसा तिर्न पनि कसरी गरिएला पनि but talk about there are number of for example human trafficking like गीता जगवारको केस जस्तो होला हैन जहाँ बेचेर खान्छन् अब there are so many like you know the presumption of innocence को लागि हुन्छ foreigners language a number of days without any due process so the judicial independent legal profession following 7 principles under the UN basic principles you know especially the independent profession and ultimately access to justice and the whole it talks about interest of justice being a human right I can give you authority that Article 14 of ICCPR. One way or another, complementary or exception, ultimately it serves. In camera court राख्नुस् त्यो पनि interest of justice भयो for certain group. गोपनीयता राखेर सटेक्सको केसहरू डिसाइड गर्न खोज्नुस् त्यो पनि violation of interest of justice भयो because open court here has been violated. So therefore, lawyer ethical boundary. As I said that, you know, this is a limit. Since 18th century that we can see that the limit and that limit is a very respected limit in between bar and bench. The limit will be there in the gray area till both are under there within the mandate and jurisdiction. This currently human right like reconciling tool ko room ma bar ra bench ko lagi tapaile raख्नुस्. That's it.
Yuvraj sir and our resource person though they are not present here. Now I would like to call upon Anuja Sharma and Prince Yadav to share the experiences of the seminar. Please make it very precise.
All of us have learned the same thing. So firstly, one point is being critical. So before this seminar, we used to have like preparing any report, we used to cite all the American things, all the Western things. So now what I've come to conclusion is that okay, fine, cite it just to increase the volume, but which source are you citing? So like how reasonable maybe, how authenticated it is. The first thing that I've come with this seminar is that point, and the other thing is that I think I've improved my speaking. And with this seminar, I think it's not just how we've professional thing भन्दाखेरि पनि हामीले आफ्नो पर्सनल एज अ ह्युमन हामीले कसरी आफूलाई इम्प्रुभ गरिरहेका छौँ त्यो यो 5 days को सेमिनारले चाहिँ हामीलाई नट एज अ लिगल प्रोफेसनल हामी यो 5 years को ब्याचलर्स डिग्री लिइसकेपछि हामी कुनै पनि प्रोफेसनमा जाउँ चाहे हामी लयर बनो जज बनो अर एनी अदर फिल्ड हामी एउटा राम्रो ह्युमनबाट चाहिँ आई थिंक आफ्टर दिस 5 day आफ्टर दिस मोमेन्ट हामी चाहिँ आफूलाई एउटा राम्रो ह्युमनको पर्सपेक्टिभबाट एउटा डिफरेन्ट viewpoint bata chai etabata we're going back home. So I think we've become a new person with new values after this seminar. Thank you.
Ethics and the professional rules are not totally, but they are different things. Ethics is something that we should internalize, and professional rules are something that which applies while executing our professional professions. So we should be loyal for making the professional legal professionals legal profession more efficient. We should be loyal toward our profession and should work with our best labor so that we can get the progress in our days to come. And that much.
इथिक्समा जुन हाम्रो सेमिनार भयो त्यसमा कन्टेन्टको बारेमा तपाईहरु भोलि पनि पढ्नु होला, पढिरहनु भएको छ हैन? कोड अफ कन्डक्ट, एबीए रुल्सहरु, इन्टरनेशनल रुल्सहरु तपाईहरुले लयर्सको बारेमा, इथिक्सको बारेमा पढ्नुहुन्छ। तर ओभरअल प्रेजेन्टेसनमा मलाई चाहिँ नि दुईटा तीनटा कुराले बडा छोएका यो प्रेजेन्टेसनको दौरानमा एउटा कुरा के भने कन्टेन्टमा हाम्रो नरेन्द्र पाठक सरले जजेसहरूले हाम्रो मोहन सरले धेरै कुराहरू आए सरकारी वकिलको रूपमा मैले काम गर्दाखेरि यस्तो यस्तो गरेँ यस्तो यस्तो अनुभव भयो यस्तो भन्नुभयो जजको रूपमा एज ए जज लयरबाट मैले यो एक्सपेक्टेसन राख्छु भनेर जजहरूले भन्नुभयो त्यो आफ्नो ठाउँमा छ ठिक छ कन्टेन्टको बारेमा पनि हामी डिस्कसन गरेर बुझ्छौँ सिक्छौँ तर के भने दुई तिनवटा कुराले मलाई अलिकति मनमा छोयो कुरा के भने एउटा प्रोफेसनल रुल्स त मान्छेले चाहिँ नि जस्तो ठिक छ कोड अफ कन्डक्ट यदि हामीले फलो गरेनौँ भने भोलि अनुशासन समितिले हामीलाई कारवाही गर्ला भोलि एउटा वकिल समुदायमा एउटा कम्युनिटीमा जो एउटा त्यो लयरहरूको पनि एउटा कम्युनिटी हुन्छ नि त्यो कम्युनिटीको हाँसोको पात्र हामी बनौला क्लाइन्टले हामीलाई चाहिँ यो जग्गाको दलाली गरेर खाने वकिलो भन्ला आदि इत्यादि विभिन्न कुराको डरले हामी चाहिँ नि त्यो प्रोफेसनल रुललाई हामीले फलो गर्छौँ होइन गर्छौँ त्यो हाम्रो के भन्छ भने मान्छेको नेचर हुन्छ नि जतिसुकै मैले अभिनय गरे तापनि जतिसुकै मैले बनावटी हाँसो हाँसे तापनि जस्तै मेरो एउटा बाई बर्थ जन्मदेखि अहिलेसम्मको यो 50-55 वर्षको दौरानमा म असिस्टेन्ट प्रोफेसर पनि हुँ र केएसएलमा मैले 5-7 वर्षदेखि तपाईँहरू जस्तै विद्यार्थीहरूको बिचमा इन्टरेक्सन गर्दै तपाईँहरू कुराहरू मेरो कुराहरू भन्ने मौकाहरू पाएँ गरेँ तर के भने यदि कतै मैले फुर्सदको क्षणमा मेरो घरको छिमेकीले मादल बजायो भने मलाई नाचु लाग्छ किनभने त्यो मेरो स्वभाव हो मेरो केटाकेटीदेखि नै मलाई एउटा बाई बर्थ मैले अघि पनि भने एउटा कलाकारिता मेरो भित्र शरीरमै बाई बर्थ मेरो अङ्गमा छ त्यो कलाकारिता छ होइन त्यस कारणले म अरूले गाना गायो भने पनि म मनोरञ्जन गर्छु मलाई फुटबलको इन्ट्रेस्ट छैन क्रिकेटमा मलाई इन्ट्रेस्ट छैन होइन कलाकारिता गर्नु चाहिँ नराम्रो कुरा हो फुटबल खेल्नु र क्रिकेट खेल्नु राम्रो कुरा हो भन्ने पनि होइन सबैको आफ्नो आफ्नो एउटा क्षमता हुन्छ ठिक छ त्यसै गरी हामीले भोलि प्रोफेसनमा जाँदाखेरि त्यो प्रोफेसनल रुल्सको डरले भन्दा पनि इथिकल रुल्सहरू जुन हुन्छ नि हामीले जुन फलो गर्नुपर्ने हुन्छ युवराज सर के भन्नुहुन्छ भने मैले सिक्री लाउनु थालेँ नि देख्नु 1.5 तोलाको सिक्री हो वा के भन्नुहुन्छ युवराज सरको दुई चारवटा कुराहरू तपाईँ कमाउनुहोस् टन्न कमाउनुहोस् पाजेरो गाडी चढ्नुहोस् म एक दिन त्यही मेरो थोत्रो मोटरसाइकल फेरि अहिले म त्यही थोत्रो मोटरसाइकलमा आएँ त्यो थोत्रो मोटरसाइकल चढेर युवराज सरको एउटा नगरकोटमा एउटा प्रोग्राम थियो उहाँ र हामी सँगै फर्क्यौँ गाडीबाट यहाँ उत्रियौँ म थोत्रो मोटरसाइकल स्टार्ट गरेँ के यो मोटरसाइकल चढाएपछि थेट गाडी किन्नुहोस् भन्नुभयो उहाँले भनेको एक हप्तापछि उहाँकै कलरको एउटा मैले वेगनआर गाडी किनेँ उहाँ पनि रातो वेगनआर चढ्नुहुन्थ्यो मैले ठ्याक्कै त्यही गाडी किनेँ भनेपछि इथिकल्ली आफ्नो बिजनेस गर्नुहोस् टन्न पैसा कमाउनुहोस् उहाँ पनि सिक्रीमा औँठी लाउनुहुन्छ नि बेरुवा देख्नु भएको छ बेरुवा औँठी लाउनुहुन्छ सुट लाएर टक्कै हिँड्नुहुन्छ होइन अपडेट हुनुहुन्छ ठुल्ठुलो गाडी चढ्नुहुन्छ तर के भने एउटा इथिक्सलाई मेन्टेन गरेर होइन उहाँ के भन्नुहुन्छ भने मैले चाहेँ भने यदि म भोलि यो प्रोफेसनमा गएँ भने महिनाको 5 देखि 7 लाख रुपियाँ म इजिली कमाउन सक्छु तर त्यो 5 देखि 7 लाख रुपियाँ कमाउँदा हुनसक्छ उहाँले इथिकली त्यो गर्नुहुन्थ्यो होला राइट तर त्यो गर्ने दौरानमा अरू साथीभाइहरूले 20 लाख रुपियाँ कमाउँदै त हुनसक्छ उहाँले पनि अनइथिकली केही न केही काम गर्नुहुन्थ्यो होला त्यो पाटो आफ्नो ठाउँमा छ भनेपछि उहाँको भने के मलाई एउटा खुसी के मानेमा लाग्छ भने तपाईँ राम्रो गाडी चढेर हिँड्नुहोस् राम्रो खानेकुरा खानुहोस् घडी पनि लाउनुहुन्छ भने ब्रान्डेड घडी लाउनुहोस् सुट पनि टक्क लाएर हिँड्नुहोस् तर के भने अनइथिकल काम गरेर होइन इथिकल्ली तपाईँ कमाउनुहोस् इन्जोय गर्नुहोस् र चाहिँ म अर्को कुरा के भनेदेखि मलाई अलिकति पनि पेट दुख्यो भने म यहाँ अब त्यो मसँग छ म जान्छु दिल्ली टेस्ट गर्न जान्छु होला पैसा कमाउनु होला तर त्यति बेला यो 5 दिनको दौरानमा हामीले जुन सेमिनार गऱ्यौँ त्यति बेला मलाई युवराज सरले यसो भन्नुभएको थियो फलानु गुरुहरूले मलाई यसो भन्नुभएको थियो कम्तीमा मैले त्यो इथिक्सको जुन रुल्सहरू छ नि जुन नर्म्सहरू छ नि त्यसलाई फलो गर्नुहोस् त्यो नर्म्स फलो गरेर पनि पैसा कमाउन सकिन्छ पैसा कमाउन सकिने होइन त्यसको लागि तपाईँले जग्गैको दलाली गर्नुपर्ने आवश्यकता छैन हाम्रा कानुन व्यवसायी कति मित्रहरू 1-2जना मित्र हुनुहुन्छ जसको म नाम लिन्न उहाँ एउटा 80 लाख 90 लाखको गाडी चढेर यहाँ पनि आउनु सायद उहाँ केएसएलको पनि विद्यार्थी हुनुहुन्छ कि के हो मलाई थाहा छैन तर उहाँलाई भनाइ के छ भने वकिल समुदायमा यो मान्छे खत्तम छ यसले धेरै मान्छेलाई डुबायो भनेर वकिल कम्युनिटीमा गफ हुने गर्छ चर्चा हुने गर्छ। त्यस कारणले तपाईहरु यो मेरो पनि छोरो छ एउटा डाक्टर छ ऊ अर्थोपेडिक सर्जन हो, राम्रो डाक्टर छ, पैसा मजाले 5-7 लाख रुपैयाँ कमाउँछ, इथिकली कमाउँछ। तर उनले कुनै पनि कुरामा बाउको सल्लाह लिन्छ र काठमाडौँ आयो भने पनि उनले न सल्लाह नलिँदा पनि हुन्छ। कोड अफ कन्डक्ट तपाईले पढ्नु होला, तपाईको अंग्रेजी राम्रो छ, ठुल्ठुला किताबहरू पढ्नु होला, तर ती सबै कुरालाई आत्मसात गर्नुस्, तपाईमा भोलिको मितिबाट परिवर्तन आओस् भन्ने निवेदन गर्दै आफ्नो भनाइ टुङ्ग्याउँछु। धन्यवाद।
Officially close the ceremony, this seminar.
Reports, lot of discussions, lot of ideas floated, and lot of new ideas generated in the mind. Some of you probably transforming, others feeling quite frustrated. So this happens. So you can imagine what happens in 21 days, residential schools from morning to evening, and working in the night, and then getting scolded in such a way, like military do not do that. So for looking from that perspective, I feel this is not a program actually. This is just a kind of form. Anyway, this program started 5 years before when we introduced legal ethics as one of the most important component of legal education, when we enlarged it from 1.5 credit hours to 3 credit hours, or 50 marks to 100 marks, and also added some very important components with the structure of the curriculum that we had in the past. And that we did after a lot of discussion that started taking place in Nepal and as well as South Asia. Ethics of lawyer, more in that I emphasized yesterday, in the form of the inner conviction of helping people to have access to justice. And also innerly felt honesty on behalf of lawyers to achieve 3 important things. 1, protect independence of judiciary, promote social justice, and promote dignity of legal profession, which has 3 branches actually. So sometimes we talk a lot about independence of judiciary, but we never pay attention to evolving a very strong and very ethical legal profession. On the other time, we talk a lot about professionalism and strengthening of legal profession, but we do ignore independence and impartiality of justice. Often in professional gathering of legal fraternity, we do talk a lot about independence of justice and moral and ethical profession, but we simply ignore the need of the people, that is social justice. So that was how we blended these 3 things in this present conference. And we do every year, and we see some very tangible achievement on conclusion of this program, and we see definitely some very concrete and very tangible transformation on the part of the students. And we see some students taking great interest to go to law firm, to the court, and running to the law firm since very start of the 4th year when they come to college in the morning, and they get time to go to the law firm and engage themselves in law practice. And 5th year students already starting earning some money, like everybody is somehow earning some money working with the lawyers and developing some sense of insights. But that's where we often find the students blurring the ideas of ethics, because the market is not very stable. The market is not very ethical. And definitely if you look it from the point of view of the economy, legal profession is a market. And as a market, it has dynamics. As a market, it has dynamics, and this market is a free market. Because in this market, you never depend yourself on fixing your prices. You determine yourself. But what the ethics says is like, this is a free market, but there is a warning to you. Please do not engage in bargaining. So bargaining is not accepted by this market. So what absolutely this market gives to you the right is like, okay, it is you to determine what is your fee. So nobody will control. Not the law will come to say you, this is your fee. Not the government, not the state, not any branches of the government or no judiciary itself comes to tell you this is the size of your fee. So this is such a unregulated discretion given to you to determine. So how is it possible, therefore, to make the market fair where the other side would take service from you? Okay, you can import the salary, that means fee, that you work for from other side. But then other side cannot dictate, cannot say you do this or don't do that. So is not it an unfair market? Yes, definitely. This is unfair market. Why this is unfair market? Because this is not a market. This is a service. Therefore, market dynamism does not work in this legal profession. So that you have to be very careful. That's why we always emphasize honesty. Your duty is to ensure justice. Your duty is to provide access to justice. And then we added very strongly yesterday that access to justice definitely is guided by one very fundamental principle of best interest of the client. But while serving that best interest of your client, you should always keep your mind open and think, serving the best interest of my client, I have to promote social justice. So that is what is the guideline of your honesty. Now we come, working this way that we promote independence of the court, independence of the judiciary. So when we do promote independence of judiciary, there are three things you should always keep in the mind. Independence of judiciary in a less academic sense, in a less formal sense, more in pragmatic sense, requires you to stop political interference in activities of legal profession as well as judicial profession. So you will always encourage non-interference from political segment of the society in the function of the judiciary and the obligation of law. So this is not only something required, but it is an absolute rule. So we very immensely discussed. I did not say, actually, those lawyers who came and said to you, Nepalese legal profession is cancerously stricken by politicization. And that's one of the reasons. Even judicial independence, judicial functioning, even appointments of judiciary are not now uncontroversial. One. So you always maintain a kind of strong ethical stand against political intriguing of this profession. That's what you're supposed to think about. The second, you always maintain your anonymity. What does anonymity for me is like, you never go to a political program with the identity of lawyer, okay? I may go to a political program, but I don't go with the name of senior advocate Yuvraj Sangrawala. I can go as a Yuvraj Sangrawala, as a citizen. But I do not address a political mass with my identity that I am the senior advocate of Supreme Court of Nepal and I have a great privilege to address you. That anonymity is broken, then you are violating your ethics. So there is, I always emphasize you, please do not blur your identity with your role. So keep your role in your profession. Take your identity with you, but do not blur your identity by your role, and then maintain. Always try to maintain your anonymity. And finally, another very important element of independence of judiciary is the fairness. That fairness where you are a part of the proceeding, but you will never ignore that there is another party. So this fairness, this approach, or this access to justice is not only a guarantee to your client. This access to justice is also guaranteed to your adversary. So you're not supposed to block any process, any approach, or any proceeding which create unfair to your adversary. That's not service of best interest. Often we misguide. When we say that we have to promote the best interest of our client, what we mean is like you can do all who can cook cooks so that you can provide a very free access to your client, but then you break the free access to your adversary. So let me say one very interesting example. There is a place after Sakhu here called Nanglebari. Okay, a man got a money. It's about 50,000 money from a bank here in Kathmandu. He was from Melamchi. He traveled to go to Melamchi, but because the transportation was not as easy as today, he thought that he will take a race somewhere in Nanglebari, and then early in the morning he will take walk and then easily be reaching home early in the morning. That night, in the house, he had taken refuge. The wife and husband knew that he had bunch of money brought from Kathmandu. So they thought very badly. They thought that why don't we kill him? Nobody knows that he's staying with us. So they killed him in the night. And then they dug a kind of ditch, and behind the cow shed, they buried him and then covered everything by the cow manure. He called his family yesterday that I am coming tomorrow morning. But he didn't come. Even that night, next day, the family became quite worried about it, and then they started making an inquiry. People say that he left Kathmandu yesterday, and then they went to the police and then filed an application to look for the lost man. The police took an initiative, and then police started asking people like this man with the photo. Did you see walking around? A lot of people on the way to go to Nanglebari from Sakhu up to the bus said that yes, this man was yesterday somewhere around 4 o'clock going that direction. And in the tea stall also they said yes, he stopped for a few minutes, had a cup of tea, and then he left this place. So at some point, a lot of people noticed that he was there. But after some point, no people noticed it. So police located the area. He was here until this time, but he is not after this time. So something happened to him in this given location of 1 kilometer or something like that. So they start interviewing everyone. Finally, they suspected of a family where he stayed because their behavior was very unusual. And then they interrogated, and police observed when they were interrogating these people at their house, they were always looking behind the cow shed, like this, okay? And then they discovered the body from there. Both of them were arrested. They had 5 children. 6 year, 5 year, 4 year, 3 year, 2 year. Every year there was a baby. Okay? 1 girl, 4 boys. So the case was brought to Kathmandu because Nanglebari is Kathmandu district. And at the day of bailment, what is the suggestion given by the tricky lawyer here? Okay? What he said was like, he asked the family, relatives of the man, and said that don't be put to the baby 3 days, before 3 days. Keep them very, very hungry. Should they all the time shout, cry, yell, okay, making a disturbance. And bring all these 5 children to the court the day the Belmont hearing takes place. And the people, the relative that brought the children that day, they were making a lot of noises like when somebody selling something outside, the vendors, they were saying that, could you buy for me, I am hungry, something like that. They were crying and making a lot of noise. And he also suggested if they stop crying, just make some pen so that they start crying again. And the lawyer came. This both mother and father were brought over there. They started crying. Judge felt it very disturbing, like who the children are. I mean, they're making a big noise. I mean, who they are. And the lawyer stood up and said that the children of these 2 people. Both father and mother have been arrested and put into detention. They have not been able to have food for a few days. So they're crying. So already what he wanted to say is that if that way he could generate some sense of mercy in the mind of the judge, a sense of pity in the mind of the judge, so that he developed a strategy that even if father is put into jail, probably because of the pity towards the children, he would release the mother. Was a strategy designed that way. And absolutely same thing happened. Father was put into judicial custody and mother was released on certain amount of bail. This is not a best interest. Many people take this as a best interest. So when you take best interest, you're not supposed to violate law. Best interest is within the bound of law. Best interest is to make available all procedures, all proceedings, and all laws guaranteed by the Constitution and law available to your client, so that person has free access to the justice. Here, what is wrong is like, this gentleman, in the name of addressing the interest of the client, he violated the process. He wrongly influenced the proceeding of the court. He wrongly influenced the mind of the judge. And therefore, he destroyed the access to free justice on the side of the victim, on the side of those people whose father was killed. Okay? So this is what is called fairness. So best interest does not mean violation of the fair access to justice, but it is also not supposed to violate the fairness of justice. So with this, you have to be now feel responsible to take up the profession of legal defense or judgeship of the prosecutor. Why do we give such a big importance for this program? I have been here with you all the 5 days. Lot of meeting cancelled. Even 2 meetings cancelled today. Even yesterday. Why? Right after this program, you're supposed to go to your outreach program. You have to do a mobile legal aid clinic. You will go to the village almost for 10 days. You have to go to village. You have to discuss with the people. They will report a lot of cases to you. Either you have to help them mediating, or you have to help them finding the lawyer, or you have to suggest them, if you do not take the steps quickly, then the time of limitation for the filing of the case will go. Or you will tell them what is the jurisdiction or where is the place that you are supposed to go. This is what is your work. And that is also a credit course. So that is, you have to keep in the mind that you should not behave in a way the people in the villages will consider that you are not a lawyer. Why we develop this program? Why we develop young people to go to the villages and do this kind of service? The very first day that you discussed, lawyer have been badly labeled as a people who converts, who turns black into white and white into black. So we're going to make an impression among the people. When you 100 people work in the villages and different community, you discuss social justice with them, you discuss about their rights, you never give an impression how badly lawyer works, and then being sympathetic, being empathetic, and also being legal professionals to them. People will understand, no, we have made a mistake. Lawyers are not like that. Lawyers are different. That impression is how we are thinking to change the perception of the people. And it is up to you. If you want to change the perception of people like that, you will be having a dignified profession in the days to come. But if you don't do that and let the feeling in the community go that way, you will be having a bad labeling even to you, and you will not be respectful. I feel proud to be a teacher, but I never say I am a senior advocate. Okay? If I say senior advocate, people's impression would be different to me. But if I say I am a professor of law, people will think in a different way. When I go to many places, even judges say me, you were a sir. That's a respect. Okay? But if I say them, I am a senior advocate, then they will say that, oh, Bidwan ji. What type of Bidwan they want to say? I don't know. See, what is the situation becoming a big problem in Nepal? I will give you an example. How corruption has become such a serious problem in the judiciary of Nepal. Not all judges. I think 10% of judges are corrupt, 90% of judges are good. But we randomly generalize that judiciary is corrupt. What you need to understand is that an institution cannot be corrupt. So judiciary cannot be corrupt. Judges in the judiciary would be corrupt. So we have to change our language. We should not say that Nepal's judiciary is corrupt. We have to say some judges in Nepal's judiciary are corrupt. Our institution does not take bribe. Who takes bribe? The individual in the institution. Therefore, some judges are like that. In this month, I found a notice about a judge. A judge went to another judge and then made a request, could you please settle this case in favor of that man? He used a wrong name, that there is an interest of the former Chief Justice. He wants you to decide this case in his favor. And I said that why you had to bring this message to him? If the former Chief Justice wants to decide the case in his favor, why does not he call me? Why you come on behalf of him? Then he said, there is 2 lakhs if you decide it. And then another judge who he proposed became very angry. And then he said that I will not do this kind of thing. Then he went to another judge who was also going to sit in the same bench. And he offered 300,000 rupees. And when the bench checked, the first judge said, I am not interested with this case. There is an offer. There is an offer of 200,000. I don't want to take risks. So it's better that we don't decide this case today. Rather, we have to report it to the chief judge. Then another judge said that, not 200,000. Did he say, was that judge? He said yes. But he said me, there is 300,000. And I said no. So this report was made to the chief judge. Chief judge brought it to the concerned department. The action was supposed to take, but nothing happened. So few judges who actually have gone inside the judiciary to make the money. They are the one who are contaminating the larger number of lawyers. So there is a vicious circles. Okay? Judges take bribe, they make lawyer as agent, and lawyers take lot of money and then they use it to the judges. So there is a vicious circle. So that's where your role is very important. You have to respect the court, you have to respect the judge, but you have to denounce the corrupt people. You have to show yourself as dignified lawyer, and you have to make the people feel that you're not the type of the lawyers people talk about. So this is what the objective of this program was there. So with this word, I finish here. But I'm quite happy some of the people, organizing committee, did very good work. Give them big claps. They were running, only a bit shortcoming was like, next year you have to suggest your juniors. Organizing committee is also supposed to learn as much as possible. So organizing committee moved a lot, that should not be next time. They should stay here, they should study, they should take note also, okay? Because this is a learning process also. But somehow, despite lot of problems that we had, the college was closed from 3-4 days before, and then we are changing a lot of things in the college, and then there are a lot of messes down there, even people don't know who is supposed to work, okay? So these kind of things are there. Administration had changed. Despite that, things went well. I am satisfied, not perfectly, and I should never be perfectly satisfied. If I start becoming satisfied, then things will be bad. So I should not be perfectly satisfied, okay? So therefore, but it's good program. I don't know how much did you enjoy. You self-introspect yourself. How much did you learn? If you learn a lot, that's fine. If you not, then introspect yourself. That's the best way. Every time some people change their impressions with me, and when people change their impression, and I start saying that people are good, I really encourage. So I thought Prag Giri in 5th year, I thought that he is a useless man. And in residential school last time in Bakunde, I scolded him in such a way, so he cried for 2 days. But his little bit behavior was also like he needed scolding. But then, in the moot court, Jessup moot court, he worked so hard. He was everything, and now he is one of the best students for me. So he is happy. So I also thought Raj Timal Sinha is a backbencher, creating problem, not coming to the class. But the way that he handled this, so he also is able to create a very, very, very positive impression of mine. So this is how this man, this man is a man you never recognize, you never know, who am I? Many people think that they recognize me because I am always flirting with you, talking about your love, saying that I knew your boyfriend or girlfriend, something like that. And you think that, oh, Yuvraj sir is very informal, he comes and talks, but why I do it, that's only I know. You never know it, okay? I am a very, very difficult man to be known. So don't judge me so easily. But one thing is very clear for me. In my daughter's class, Swechad's class, some people were very, very nasty, very arrogant. Actually, they were bastards. and they will remain bastards. Wherever I will get a chance, I will say that they were not my student, they were bastards. They will keep saying, and our professor can destroy the life of someone if he want, if he knows. So I said, I am not teaching this class and I never taught. So biggest disadvantage was to my daughter. And she was to say that, what did I do? You didn't do it, but you belong to that class. She said one day, so I had to have a tuition for me in jurisprudence. I said, if I give you a tuition, then I will be unfair. Others will not get the chance. So belonging to that class, you should also suffer and you should learn. That's why even I did not spare my daughter. Okay? But, so for me, there is no one who belongs to me. There is no one who does not belong to me. I love student who is hardworking. I love a student who transforms. I love that student who really studies. And then therefore, number of students, they come to my library, my personal library. They take book from me. I give book to them. Yes, definitely I write. And if they make book bad, then I will be very angry. But if they take book, I give the book. So this is how I teach. So learn from that. Nobody is enemy to me. Nobody is dear to me. Okay? So you need not fear. If you work hard, I have the capacity, I have the God to appreciate people in their presence. I also have a God to become so angry and then say anything what I like in presence of all. So therefore, I think the standard that you achieve at the end of this program will not go down. Hopefully, I will not be saying next year that this is a class I am not going to teach jurisprudence. Hopefully, I will be fighting in the meeting that the classes for jurisprudence is not enough. So I want one more class. So I will take more time for teaching jurisprudence next year. So with this word, take a holiday for tomorrow and day after tomorrow. Friday everybody will come without making noise. Go to library. Take also some reference book. Prepare this very good report of the whole proceeding of the 5 days. How did we start? What was the presentation? And next day, what did you do? And what was the committee presentation? And then, what were certain question marks? And what was the answer? And how did we end last today? So there should be a very good report of about 15-20 pages. Okay? And then collect articles of all who presented. Also make the PowerPoints that people have presented, put into the word system, make little correction, and make them something like article. Okay? Not in the PowerPoint form, but in the format. Something like article, you can do edit. So collecting all, then I will give you the money to publish it, do everything, book page making and everything. So within a month, come to me that page making is completed. Can we send this to the press, sir? Okay, and I will say that, okay, send it to the press. You can get a small preface written by me, that's all. So there is a money for the publication. So I want next year's class see what last year's did. So therefore, this is how we can create more and more and more and more academic society, academic environment. And I am very angry with you today for one thing. This morning there was a news. Municipality brought very good transportation buses for the services of the people in the ring road. And the gundas broke them. But nobody is taking care of that. Nobody is taking attention. Is that fair? Good citizens should fight against those kind of things. If the government puts good service for you, that is for you. If you don't speak, who speaks? So you cannot do anything, but you can discuss this kind of thing. You can write in the text, Facebook, these kind of people should be brought and they should be put into very seriously in the trial. If you write everybody, I think the mechanism, the police, who is supposed to take steps, will be emboldened by your efforts. That's how we can make a better society. And to do that kind of thing is your ethics too. So with this word, I finished here. Thank you very much.